This one's coming from r/ThreadTalk Podcast.
Whoa!
It has literally the most amount of votes and comments, 61 comments and 92,000 views. I think it's the biggest our subreddit has ever had.
Nice.
If you guys have any personal stories you want to throw them out for the podcast for us to read on potential future episodes, go over to r/ThreadTalk Podcast and jot them down there, and maybe you'll make it onto an episode.
Yeah.
So the title is, I think I went too far on my son's teacher. I, 35 female, think I might have gone in on a teacher a bit too far. A bit of background. My youngest son has surpassed every single milestone the doc said he would. When he was born, he was in the NICU for months. He had a cleft palate and minimal lung breathing capabilities, to name a couple. He has allergies to a lot of things. One of those is horsehair, and some of the pupils in his year tend to the horses in the mornings, and the school have made a very appreciated move for my son to not be around the girls until they've washed, etc. So the school are very aware of the allergies. He started high school in 2024 and made so many friends. All of the kids have been amazing. He has such a great friendship group. His first year was amazing, and his teachers were too. Parents' evening meetings were a joy. I left so proud. He's been back 2 days this year, and this teacher, who he has for science and biology, keeping in mind that it's his wish to be a paleontologist, has made him hate science in 2 days. I've asked him to be moved out, but apparently they cannot do that just yet. My son's allergies probably do annoy other kids, and no one gets this more than he does. He is so self-conscious, and he had his hand up to ask to go to the bathroom. The teacher looked at him numerous times, then screamed, "Can you stop sniffing?" Again, the allergies spread over nuts/hair/seeds and ridiculous hay fever. My son was devastated and said, "Can I be excused to blow my nose? And I can sort it out by getting my nasal spray from the office." The teacher said, "No, and don't think anyone in this class will care about kids trying to skip class."
What?
I told him next time to say he needs his EpiPen when it gets so bad, but he said he will never tell a teacher that he doesn't trust anything. I try to keep calm, but my baby came home sobbing. He is a good kid, and to be honest, even if he wasn't, I will ride at dawn.
Yes.
I sent an email and asked for a call back, and they didn't call me back. I asked to speak to the teacher, and he hasn't called either. I probably shouldn't have, but I sent a strongly worded email. It wasn't angry or rude, it was just the worst side of me on that day, but I did say I'd take it further, and I don't know if I made my son's life worse having him as a teacher. I'm probably overthinking, but he embarrassed my son. He didn't need to be a dick to my son that is genuinely obsessed with science, and he will hate that class all year now.
We will ride at dawn with you.
We'll ride at dawn.
We're riding. Oh?
All you did was send an email. It's not that bad.
No. I actually want to know what the email said.
It's not far enough.
It's not far enough. I was going to say.
We need to go farther here.
We need to escalate to the superiors because this teacher, needs to get fired. This is not the way you handle children with any sort of issues. Like, as a teacher, you have to be ready for all kinds of different things.
I'm just so surprised when we continue to get stories about like shitty teachers. I would think teachers, if you're going to be a teacher, like, you know when you play video games and you get a character and like their character gets like stats of like what they're good at, what they're bad at, you know, so you can't have everybody's good, you know, good strength over here, but you run slow, type of stuff like that. You would think as a teacher, your patience stat would have to be at full bar, 100% for patience.
But actually that's not true. I grew up not having patient teachers always. Like, I was so afraid of like majority of my teachers because they were like always snippy and not very patient.
I remember all my teachers being very patient.
Interesting.
And I was a shit.
I remember being so afraid of my teachers, and I was a good kid. I was such a goody two-shoes.
I was never afraid of my teachers.
Maybe that's actually telling. Maybe I was just scared of regular people and you were...
Yeah.
You were just brave.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I kind of got, like, there's some, I don't know. Yeah, I got pretty good teachers almost all the time.
Anyways, I don't think OP... Like, there's nothing you could have said in that email that wasn't warranted. Even if you lost your shit, I would still be behind you.
Yeah.
I hope... He's in high school now, so this is a high school teacher. That kind of changes things. I don't know this. I know she said high school, but I was just kind of picturing like a kid.
Yeah.
But high school, it's more mortifying.
So much.
Because high school, teenagers,
social pressure.
yes, like people are ruthless.
Sometimes I'm like, oh man, miss high school. Those are good times, because whenever I think about getting old and dying, I'm like, oh yeah, high school, good times, miss that. And then I'm like, wait, no, I fucking so glad to be out of high school.
I am so glad to be out of high school.
I just want to stay 31 forever. If I could go back to 25, that'd be great. Although I didn't know you at the time, so no, I did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, if I could go back to 25, freeze myself at 25, that's it right there. That's a sweet spot. My body doesn't feel the same as it used to when I was 25.
I'm really upset for OP because I don't know how I would have honestly handled it, probably not in the most like mature way, honestly.
Like what would you have done? You would slash tires, baseball bat to the windshield?
All of it.
Wow, you're dangerous. Wow.
Cuff me, officer.
Oh, damn. Damn. So, Jesus. The top comment on the post said, you need to make an appointment with the principal and the teacher and very snidely thank them for making your son hate school, especially the science class he really wanted to take. Then ask the teacher if he realizes your child might need a life-saving EpiPen someday, and will he allow him to get it or will he let him die? Then tell them you wanted to meet them so you know who to come after if this actually happens. Then tell them that your next stop is the school board and the local news. Because all parents need to know how little they care about the students entrusted to them. Do not leave without an apology. Too much? I was called to my daughter's school because the male vice principal thought it was a good idea to have the 13-year-old strip so he could frisk him.
What?
Mama Bear came out and got his job.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Somebody replies to that comment and says, they made a 13-year-old girl strip? I would have helped you. And somebody replies to that and says, that's tar and feathering and being paraded through the town by an angry mob territory. And then the person who made that original comment says, the deal was another girl swore that she had stolen money. The VP decided to play big bad boss and tried to intimidate the girls.
Oh my God.
My daughter asked to call me and he very stupidly allowed it, thinking I, a dumb woman, wouldn't do anything. He thought wrong. And I grew up with the police chief's kids and he was just as angry as I was. By the way, the girl admitted she lied about having money when she realized what the stunt caused.
No, actually, this needs to be like, this isn't even like a firing anymore. This is jail time.
Yeah, that's crazy. So someone else makes a comment and says, my son was allergic to rabbits, something we randomly found out when his new teacher decided to have a class pet, a rabbit. Everyone was on rotation for taking care of this pet. His goal was teaching responsibility. After a couple weeks of absolute miserable reactions to this pet, we requested that it be removed from the classroom. He refused. This was part of his lesson plan. Okay, pick something else, just not rabbits. Nope. A conversation with the principal indicating future involvement of the school board and media resulted in the removal of the rabbit and an apology from the teacher to both my son and us. Stand by your child. They deserve nothing less.
Yeah, that's the approach you need to take. I'm going to go to media.
What is wrong with people? You're a fucking teacher and you're like, I'm going to bring in a rabbit to teach responsibility. You know what? Good on you. That's a great teaching technique. Cool. Then it turns out one of your kids in your class has an allergy to the rabbit. And you're like, well,
double down.
There goes my plan. You know what? I guess I'll rehome the rabbit and maybe we'll get a turtle or a lizard, like an iguana or a fucking Cherokee bird, a parrot, a snake.
Okay, we get it.
Anything. But nope. You're like, fuck you, you little kid. I hope you suffer with these allergies. What kind of teacher acts like that?
Adults get free will. And, when you're in a partnership, like
you can choose to go in that room or not.
To get a pet, you can choose to be with someone who has a pet or whatever.
The kid doesn't have a choice to be in your classroom or not.
You have to be in school.
That is crazy.
Why is this even a fucking conversation, actually? No, I'm getting so triggered. I couldn't imagine this being my kid. Like, I don't even have kids. I couldn't imagine like being a mom in this situation. Like, I would just be blind rage. Oh my God.
So Opie makes a comment. Somebody else makes a comment and says, sadly, I would have done worse than email. You got one of those teachers to go to school and raise hell. He is your son and his allergies are documented. And Opie replies and says, yeah, there have been multiple meetings and his primary school accommodations were sent forward. The school have changed his biology teacher now. I get that people think I'm one of those mothers, but allergies aren't anything to play around with. And I'm not having some old man that doesn't believe in them holding my kid hostage in the classroom.
Yeah. No one thinks you're one of those mothers. Like, no one thinks that. I think you are brave and strong, and you are just the right, perfect mother standing up for your kid.
Absolutely.
No. You should send this to your school board.
Right?
All the comments will back you up.
Yep.
Damn.
All right, back to you.
All right.